This time it's personal. Louis tailspin. Do you ever notice how in the Hall of the Mountain King sounds like an evil Mary Had a Little Lamb?
It does. From Edvard Grieg.
You should grow feathers to see this too.
Asshats.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Clear sky.
We're back.
Alrighty, everybody, we are here and we are finally live. Thank you all so much for your patience. I do apologize for that. Having some tech issues here, so everything had to be moved from regular OBS to Streamlabs OBS just so we could get it to work for the evening. I'll work on getting a better fix over the week here, but at least we have a temporary fix and we are live. So hello, everybody. Welcome live chat and welcome panel. We'll start off with our introductions for this evening. We have the lovely Hillel with us.
Aw, shucks. You don't gotta say that.
Why is Hillel so echoey? Is he the voice of Hillel?
That's true.
I'm just hoping.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Let's hope you're not in the bathroom. If I hear a flush, I'm leaving.
I'm phoning in
He's
from heaven.
ghosting us.
Smell over.
No. He'll just ghosting us. That's all.
Heaven is very roomy.
I think he found the root.
Evidently, yes.
Yeah. Well, we're glad you're here with us, Hillel. We also have RJ here.
Hello. Non-simulation, maybe.
Not a simulation today.
Maybe.
Yeah. We still have no proof.
Absolutely.
Good to have you here with us, RJ. We also have Stephen Bauman. Hello, Stephen Bauman.
Hey,
How's it going?
oh, it's going. Yeah,
It's late.
I'm just tired.
Yeah,
It's all-
I hear you. Well, we're glad that you are here with us. How is things going in the rock world?
I actually did a whole bunch of really exciting stuff today, like petrology, staring at rocks, trying to figure out their mineral makeup. Real exciting stuff. And then I,
Yeah,
Was it nice or was it nice?
it's actually it was all sandstone, but great joke, RJ.
leave it to RJ. Well, we're glad you're here with us, Steve. We also have the awesome Bionic Dance with us.
Hi, everybody. I'm here. I'm high. I'm happy. Things are good. Actually, I'm not just with the weed. I also have some caffeine. I'm letting them fight it out for dominance. So,
There you
this will
go.
be a fun show.
It should be interesting, that's for sure. Well, we're glad to have you here with us. We also
Woot.
have a squirrel here with us.
Yes, I am Lord of the Crocus Squirrels. How y'all doing tonight? Not that I can see yet because, well, technical difficulties.
Yeah. Otherwise, we're glad to have you here with us, Squirrel, besides technical difficulties. And then we also have with us Chris Kelling.
Hello, and
Sorry, I couldn't get any Phuket word, but looks like it's not going to be wasted on bugging tornado. So
Yeah. We don't have a tornado to annoy with Phuket, so. All right. Well, we are glad you're here with us, Chris. All right. Well, thank you all panel for being here. So, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and bring up our wheel. Our panel can't, well, maybe if I do this, maybe they can see it a little.
That's
See
better.
something. There's something there.
I mean, at least it's
That's at least-
something.
Well, yeah, we can. We can mostly see that. That'll be good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm improvising here. We're making
Yep, I
things
see a
work as we
wheel.
go.
There's
Wow.
4 colors.
Here's the
That
fun
is-
thing: if you reach up there and drag the bottom of the
I know,
screen
but
down,
I don't want to make it bigger and then I can't see.
Oh my god, that
things.
is so much interface.
It's absolutely illegible.
It's Streamlabs. Streamlabs is stupid, but hey, it's working for right now. So,
Like, I'm
Um,
shocked I can read the word drink.
all right.
No,
well,
that won't
Given
be
the
guys.
content
ones
of the
that are on
videos, we can make up our own titles and it won't make a
God,
difference.
I feel like the nuclear codes are in there somewhere.
well, when I play
Oh,
the
they might
actual
be.
video, you'll be able to see it better because that's actually full screen. So, don't worry, you'll be able to see the videos, no problem.
So
Rats.
we have to hit a shaft that's only 2 meters wide.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway,
It's a
we
load.
have
Star Trek reference.
on our wheel.
I
Star
recognize
Wars.
bait when I see it.
Anyway,
I love Doctor Who.
Anyway, we have on our wheel 4 videos. We have Pendulum, Crystal, Why Lie, Why Lie, what video is that? What did I do? Oh yeah, look at that. There is one. Okay, Why Lie, and Polaris. So those are our 4 videos. Who'd like to get the wheel spinning here?
Just give it a whirl.
Give it a
Spin it.
whirl. Do 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 do.
Mary had a little lamb.
Blue.
Blue, yes.
what do we get?
We got
What
pendulum.
do we get?
Ooh, England swing
Did
like
we-
a pendulum
Did we do
do.
a pendulum one
Oh
already?
god. Oh god.
I
stop
thought we
moving.
did one on the book called Pendulum, like
We-
last time.
We
You're
did.
feeling
we
this
had
is
2.
mine.
We had 2
So does this
pendulum
is this one
ones.
trying to prove that the Earth is flat or the pendulums don't work?
I keep
Both.
I keep trying to get away from this subject, but it just comes back around again.
I get it.
Ah,
That was bad. Hello.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
promise I only make those jokes periodically.
yeah,
Like
well,
every 10
I
minutes.
see how the humor is going to be working tonight. So, I mean, I'm back and forth on it, but I think I can get into the swing of things.
It seems to be in dad jokes mode, which is fine.
Yes.
Ooh, flat Earth school, pretty graphics
Right? All right. So you guys should be able to see that
with
okay.
a duck on the S.
Relatively decently enough to see it, to
I just-
critique it.
Yes,
That's not
yes.
supposed to be a
The
swing.
visuals are coming through.
All right. Visualize.
At her school. Oh no.
Well, visual ears would be very odd.
So there's a sextant there. Is this going to be something that's dirty?
The thing is, I'd condemn you, but I was thinking it.
Hmm.
All right. Let me
None of
bring
you
it
are free of sin.
here.
Yes. But there are several interesting things one can do with a pendulum if one works on it.
All right. I think we're about as good to go as we'll ever be. So,
Yeah.
shall we get started?
How long will this
Bring
show
it.
be, by the way?
5 minutes.
Oh, well, that's merciful.
Yes.
Okay.
Only vaguely.
We should be done by 6.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
We are here today
How cool
at
are you?
Science Space to observe this Foucault pendulum. The globe model claims that this device can be used to demonstrate the Coriolis effect and therefore prove that Earth
Right.
is rotating.
I heard a drink. Yes.
Yeah, conflating Coriolis effect with rotation of the Earth.
Yeah.
I mean, not even 30 seconds in, man, the guy is just totally.
Yeah.
There's a problem with his postulate and his prostate probably, but
Yeah.
they don't even know how to make an argument.
Yeah. You can't even make a valid argument, but hey, let's make a video
Let's
about
all
it.
watch him explain why it is that the thing switches orientation and knocks over the little dominoes, which of course is why it's proving that the Earth is turning.
Yeah.
Nice piece
Right.
of plywood too.
Is this the one?
We do love the plywood.
Yeah.
Is this the one in New Zealand that Mr. Sensible paid that guy?
It
that
might
flat
be.
earther?
It might be. I
Griffith
think
Park
this
has
might
a
be
much
it.
larger and more elaborate version of that same device.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well,
Well,
let's-
there's one in the Boston Science Museum too. That
is there?
Yeah, which I was scared as a little kid to look over the because it's in a large ring, maybe about 10, 15 feet in diameter. And it has a large railing around it, which as a little kid, I was terrified to look over because I thought it would like be a bottomless pit or something and I would
Right.
get sucked in. So I had all sorts of problems. But later on, I discovered it was just a Foucault pendulum and it was quite
Well, it actually reminds me of something from when I was a kid. I mean, because, like, you know, we'd go over to Grandma Teresa's place. She'd make us this great pasta meal with that marinara and then Coriolis for dessert. You know, it was, sorry.
Oh my
And little did you know that you
You
were
got me
not
on that
proving
one.
that the Earth was revolving when you did that.
Yeah, although our stomachs got kind of globe shaped, but you know.
That's true.
And started turning.
You're funny.
All right. Let's continue on.
I suppose we'll have to.
Indeed.
No more.
Let's explore what the globe claim actually is. What is happening? As the pendulum swings back and forth, the Earth is rotating. An astronaut in space watching a pendulum at the North Pole would see the direction of the pendulum remain the same, but the Earth would turn below it once every day. We are standing on the rotating Earth, therefore we see the pendulum change direction. We are not at the North Pole, so our pendulum takes more than one day to complete a full rotation. A pendulum actually rotates slower the closer you move to the equator. At the equator itself, it doesn't rotate at all. The diagram in the bottom left represents what the globe claims a pendulum will do at the North Pole, in Paris, and at the equator. Being here in Sydney, we should observe the pendulum rotate 202 degrees in 24 hours. In the top left, we are also given an activity to do. What to do? Work out which domino is going to be knocked over next. The pendulum will appear to move counterclockwise. And being in Sydney, the globe claims that the pendulum will precess at a rate of 8.5 degrees per hour counterclockwise. So let's put this to the test, shall we?
Oh,
This is the starting position of the pendulum. The globe predicts it will precess counterclockwise 8.5 degrees after 1 hour, knocking over the dominoes with the blue X's, 17 degrees after 2 hours, knocking over a further 2 dominoes in purple, 25.5 degrees after 3 hours, taking out another 2 dominoes in green, and 34 degrees after 4 hours. We will be observing this Foucault pendulum for 4 hours, so the globe predicts we will see a total deviation of 34 degrees and a total of 6 dominoes on each side be knocked over. Beginning the observation at 9:11 a.m, this is the starting position of the pendulum. The globe predicts it will deviate counterclockwise. At 10:11 a.m, this is what we observe in the pendulum.
Camera angled surface.
The globe
You're gonna do
predicted
this, use
that the
the same
pendulum should
camera
have
angle each
deviated
time.
8.5 degrees in that first hour, but it is still on the same starting position. At 11:33 a.m, we see the pendulum still in the starting position. The globe predicted After 2 hours, it should have deviated 17 degrees and knocked over the dominoes highlighted. 10 past 12 p.m. And the pendulum
I think
is still
this
in the
is
starting
fake.
position. After 3 hours, the globe predicted it would have deviated 25.5 degrees.
Unfortunately, unless he did it as a time lapse, there's no
And
way
finally,
to know.
at 1:16 p.m., the pendulum
I
is
think he's
still yet
doing a
to show
fake.
any sign of
Yeah,
deviation.
I'm calling
The
BS
globe
on this one.
claimed after
Yeah.
4 hours, it should have deviated 34 degrees and knocked over a total of 6 dominoes on each side. So what
I
is the
swear, if I
conclusion?
hear the globe predicts one more
Shenanigans.
freaking time,
Yeah. Oh dear.
That we can
No,
draw
I'm
from his
calling
observation.
shenanigans. We get it. We get him popping up. We get him pop up his home screen with the time on it, and then he gives us the same piece of video each time.
Right. Yeah.
Which
I'm
is
not
that's the power of
convinced.
editing here, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's worse than stupid. He's a fraud.
Let's formulate
Yes.
a modus tollens valid logical argument. If P, then Q. Not Q, therefore not P. And just to
No
confirm,
clue what
this
modus-
is the claim of the globe, that we are standing on the rotating Earth, therefore we see the pendulum change direction. The modus tollens argument will be as follows. If the Earth we're standing on is rotating, then we will see the pendulum change direction. From the observations of the pendulum for 4 hours without any deviation, we can then conclude we don't see the pendulum change direction. Therefore, Earth is not rotating. So the next time someone
Your conclusion doesn't
The
follow.
pendulum doesn't change the direction.
Right. So from in the live chat, they say the Science Museum acknowledged there was a mechanical problem with that pendulum and took it down later for maintenance. Let's see. He said, and somebody else said the machine was broken and shut down until repairs could be done. So yes.
Okay, we know why it happened, and this guy is still wrong.
Yes. And he's
I mean,
still.
and something I guess that's worth pointing out is that despite this one guy looking at this one pendulum once,
Right.
apparently every other. I granted I haven't checked, but I am assuming that every other Foucault pendulum exhibit in the rest of the world suddenly didn't stop working.
Yeah.
So I mean, this one guy checking one pendulum once isn't very thorough.
Yeah. It doesn't quite the one there does not prove the Earth is flat. So, yeah, I agree. That was about the
Okay.
entire content of his video. It wasn't
Wow, that was certainly yes,
Educational.
wasn't it?
yeah, if something usually works and doesn't, you don't assume the Earth is flat. You assume the thing broke.
right. You
Yeah,
would
all
think.
that. Yeah, it's just Occam's razor.
Yeah. Exactly. Well,
Occam's razor, straight up. The simplest explanation is often the best one,
yeah. Well, he
and a
was-
mechanical failure is far simpler than the Earth stopped rotating.
Yeah.
Besides, the Earth would even under the flat Earth model, the Earth would have to rotate.
All right. Well, we'll bring up our wheel again and see what other interesting videos we've got on
Yeah.
there. I'm sure we've got so many interesting ones. We have 3 left.
Absolutely. There's just a glut of science going on.
Honestly,
Yeah, well,
at
there's
some
that-
point, I'm going to figure
well-
out what search terms to use because I want to contribute to the damn wheel, but I can never find anything.
All right.
Well,
so, I'm sorry,
I
go
sent
ahead.
I sent you timestamps for a clip from Can't Hope clip.
There you go. Well, the remaining 3 on our wheel tonight are Polaris, Crystal, and Why Lie. So
Ooh.
let's go ahead and spin it and see what happens.
Well,
High lie,
should-
wall,
Look
high
at us.
lie.
Show us now. We want to see it.
Tick, 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 tick. Crystals! Woo! Gotta love crystals.
Is this one gonna give me like an aneurysm?
Yes.
Probably, Steve.
With
I
any
can-
luck.
I can almost guarantee it.
Depending upon where you put the crystals.
Yeah, that's true.
Ouch.
Well, that's your own business.
Oh, this.
Okay, that's okay. It's looking. This is not Jordan. It's looking almost up.
All right, let's see here. All right, this one is called The Power of Crystal Healing. New crystals, magical, mystical, and powerful energies.
Before we get started, Steve,
Yes.
do you know what that is over there on the far right?
I didn't see it. Are you talking about the photos? I saw the photos.
I'm talking about the rock.
No, I
It
didn't.
looks like a piece of
That's the
basalt.
dinosaur turd.
Oh no, it looks like there's some fossils in it.
Oops.
Oh, I didn't get a good look at it. No, his shirt was distracting, and I happened to see a couple pictures.
It is a very nice shirt.
It's a very
Oh, I'm not
loud
saying it was
shirt.
a bad shirt. I'm just saying it was distracting. I'm wearing the most obnoxious colored tie-dye shirt right now you've ever seen.
He uses that to hypnotize his prey.
Oh my goodness.
I'm looking at that rock over there. It
he's
looks like it
blending
might
in
actually
very
be
well.
igneous.
Hmm.
He's blending in very well with the
The
vegetation.
plants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean Audrey back there?
Yes.
I don't give a shit about it. I'm looking at the rock going, what is that? I can't see it very well.
All right.
Maybe.
Well, it looks like there's some kind of a fossil accretion on the left side of the rock. So it could be something of that size, or maybe it's a crystallized turd.
I can't see it long enough, and it's personal policy. I don't ID from pictures out of
Yes.
context, especially ones from 20 feet away on a phone-sized screen.
Yeah.
So I don't see the rock. Are you sure it wasn't Vin Diesel?
Anyway.
Yeah, no, Vin Diesel looks better. Is a completely different issue from the rock.
Well,
Anyway, we're
let's,
going to find out, aren't we, that the 1960s are alive and well in his house.
yes, let's go ahead and get started and see what happens here.
How long is
Matt
this one?
Bayerski YouTube channel. I decided to do a different video today than the last one I said I was going to do, which I'll do in a short while. And this is about a few crystals that normally what happens through the year, I have cherry pickers around the world who pick out certain crystals for me. And sometimes it might be only one, it might be 10, it might be 20, it might be 30. But today I'm just going to give you an idea and a sample of what my pickers around the world send to me when I'm happy with the crystal itself. So like I'll scan them, I'll look at them in their hand, or they'll send me photos and I'll say yes or no, this feels right or it doesn't feel right. So I'm just going to show you a few what felt right, and that came
Just
a few
1 second.
months ago.
Yes.
It's not a real criticism per se, but I guess I just something about him saying that these were literally cherry picked crystals. I just feel like shouldn't go underappreciated.
Well, perhaps some of them are like cherry pits. You know, that could
Oh,
be
there
it.
you go.
Because I suppose, because that is sort of the whole idea behind crystals is that you cherry pick the ones which you think make you feel nice
Inadvertently,
and
he's
leave
being
out the rest.
honest.
Mhm.
Well, I love how we can tell the crystal's energy from a photo.
Yeah, he says it feels good, but he's not actually
Yeah.
feeling them.
Have we even seen a crystal yet?
Yeah.
Feel
No,
the photograph of the crystal.
He's probably wearing one there, isn't he?
Yeah,
Well, not
Around
where the
his little
camera
neck.
can see it, but yeah.
yeah.
Why do I have James Brown going through my head right now?
I don't
Feels
know.
good. Da-na-na-na, just like it did.
Oh,
Da-na-na.
And he
God.
has
Huh.
an interesting wood
I don't
sculpture
know. I was
behind him with
thinking
an
Bob
elephant
Marley,
climbing
to
a
be
tree.
honest. But,
Mm. All right. Well, let us continue on.
all right.
I've been working on them, and I'm really happy with them now. So I'm just going to show you. So the select, my website is Select Few Crystals. So there you go. Take a look at them.
Ooh, crystally.
Oh,
Okay, so
We
I'll
got
show
some
you.
agates,
Oh,
and we got
Crystals are
some
slipping, dude.
quartz, and
Aquamarine is a
Shiny.
beautiful.
we know they're
beautiful
we know they're affected by
Gorgeous.
gravity. Then
The energy that it
Ooh.
holds inside is deeply powerful in so many ways. It's a stabler. Anybody who suffers with unbalance or energy that's negative and they just want to feel calm, It's a great crystal.
Drink.
So when I saw
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, what we have here, this guy definitely has the Irish version of Jordan disease. He throws out a bunch of buzzwords, and there is no indication of what he might mean by these things.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's just a bit of the blarney.
Definitions are GTFO.
Yeah.
Define your terms, or we're not having this argument.
Well, I think. Well, actually, I don't think it's quite so bad because we did establish that the crystals are affected by gravity, and so they very clearly work for rebalancing. I mean, if you're feeling yourself leaning a bit towards the left, just get a couple crystals and hang them from your right, and then you're rebalanced.
Exactly.
What
Put
I was
enough
going to
crystals
point
on
out
you
is
and you'll
those
be
earrings were different lengths. They weigh a different amount. If you're listing to one side, put the heavier earring on the other ear.
You need to just center that moment of inertia axis.
There you go.
Yeah. Again, this guy is going to play with buzzwords the entire video.
Yes, probably.
And he's also apparently playing with things that
I
aren't
don't
even.
know now. He might have a little more depth than that. He might use a hum word as well.
Well, that is actually something that is so interesting about the sort of crystal community of people is that obviously to anyone who understands science or what these words typically mean, it just sounds like complete nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
But it's sort of even this sort of thing with flat earthers too, is they have their own sort of unique vocabulary that to an outsider just makes no sense whatsoever. But to someone inside the community, like you just said, wouldn't be necessarily controversial or hard to understand.
It actually
I do think it is interesting the way these sorts of communities self-select their own vocabulary.
Well, and it does bother me a little bit sometimes that you notice how all of the stones that have power are really, really pretty. I mean, crystals, they have a certain kind of gravitas to them or whatever. There's a vibe there. But what if the truly magical ones were these ugly hunks of granite or something? It's just totally unremarkable stone is the most powerful one.
Yeah, how come your basalts and your metamorphic rocks aren't given nearly as much pride as they should be? I think we're calling prejudice here.
It's the geological equivalent of video killed the radio star.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I'm just saying.
Oh dear.
And that is a fair point. It's interesting. It's oh wow, the most powerful, quote unquote powerful crystal that I could find was this really cool lump of coal. There's so much power. And that does actually have inherent. The funny thing is actually that does have inherent energy to it because you can at least burn coal.
Coal doesn't form crystals.
Did you find that coal in your stocking last year?
Ancient peoples did actually go for the bigger rocks. I mean, you could argue that Stonehenge and megalithic circles and other things that people would do involve really massive blocks.
Mm-hmm.
And so the little wimpy little shiny blips that this guy is showing, that's for the amateur.
And just for the half second of that box, crystals are essentially minerals, but that box looks like it had a lot of cut stone in it. And technically rocks, you can have a rock made of one mineral, but when you say granite and stuff like that, you're actually talking about assemblages of crystals in different minerals. They're not homogeneous. So that's just the geology of it.
I forgot we brought a geologist to a rock fight.
We apologize to the audience for this sudden infusion of science knowledge.
Yeah.
They
Science.
crystals, and those look cut. Just seeing that box still burned into my brain is
so should we be having uncircumcised stones instead of circumcised?
RJ, you put that sentence away back where it came from, or so help me God.
Why do I feel like we said the word circumcised at exactly the same time?
That's disturbing.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
A whole new branch of crystal therapy is opening up here tonight.
Anyway, I think we should continue on.
Yes, I think we should.
Somebody rock hard.
Let's go.
All these beautiful 4 pieces, I just said, they're the
Those are
ones I
just
want.
Cylinder of blue stuff.
When I got them, sure enough, the quality, the clarity, the energy is beautiful. So I just worked on them a little bit more for about a month.
Tell it to
And
this
with that
dude for a
energy
while.
I put into it, certain different memories that I channel from pure energy healing that's around us, and that goes into the crystal. So it's a gorgeous working relationship. It really is. I saw these two pieces again by a beautiful cherry picker of mine who works for me, and I said, get them. Fluoride, beautiful pieces, absolutely
Yeah, that's
gorgeous.
definitely. Those are
really
if that
high
is
quality,
fluoride.
lovely.
It's. Can you guys hear me?
Frank,
Sorry, Steve. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Sorry, if that is fluorite, it's cut. Fluorite doesn't form crystals like that, so it's
Yeah.
completely human altered. And I have my doubts that it's fluorite, even. But you know,
You tell him, Rockman.
Yeah.
that's not the fluorite forms. I believe isometric crystals. Those are not. That's clearly cut. So,
The next you're going to be telling me is they don't come with the little attachments either.
Yeah, they don't grow out of the ground like that. And after you cut them, does that increase their power, or do you have to insert them anally first?
Yeah. And where's the room for the AA battery?
There you go. Yeah.
I just don't want to
Maybe-
know what this guy does with a geode.
No, I don't want to know. No.
But I think they have some plans for them at Goop.
Sure.
Just answering a question in the chat. Why only 480? Apparently, we're only streaming at 480p. But you know what? We're still streaming.
I think it's to their benefit.
That's true. I have no idea. It's because I had to open everything in Streamlabs, and we're
Just
just
the,
lucky we're
the
live.
visuals today are a little bit on the goofy, silly side.
Yeah, but don't worry. I mean, you're not really missing much in high definition. So
480, that sounds kind of like the resolution that television had like 50 years ago. So just pretend that it's 1975.
actually, in
Whoa.
1975, you'd have been looking at 320.
yeah,
I was a little bit born in 1975.
you're not missing anything by not being able to see it clearly.
That's true. Well, they're missing a high definition version of his shirt.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Okay, I will say,
So-
chat. It is such a nice shirt. That is what you're missing out on.
I can't tell if that's a bird or fish or fruit or a boob.
It looks the
just
orange
gonna say
thing
yes.
looks sort of like a stylized fish, and then there's stuff that's sort of pomegranate-y things, and then of course there's love and quite a few letters. I think if we step back about
imagine.
3 or 4 miles and looked at him with the Hubble telescope, then we would discover that we don't care.
Yes, Schrodinger's
Just
boob.
imagine.
Anyway, there's 2 hands up in the thing here. We have Squirrel with the hand up first.
Oh,
Okay. My microphone was being silly here a minute ago. I called drink a couple times beforehand.
Oh, I didn't hear
y'all
you.
didn't hear me. That's on me. That's on me. It was my microphone. I want to know what energy he's using to transfer memory to chunks of rock.
Good
Please tell
question.
me. I have questions.
Is that why it's called a ram stick? Is that the memory?
Somebody explain this to me. Okay, citation fucking needed. I need to know the mechanism for this.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna get.
What is the baud rate for memory transfer?
It would have to be pretty high because, memories are very complex things.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get any citations, but we can.
I still want them.
Chris Kelling, you had your hand up.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking that when I've made no secret that I'm an amateur radio operator. One of the things we used to use were crystals as oscillators, to get the frequencies that we needed.
Yeah,
And
physiological
depending on
effect.
how you cut those crystals gave you different properties that you're looking for. You had an X, Y, and a Z cut, so yeah, I guess you could say that how you cut the crystals is going to determine the power. I just want to know, is there going to be crystals that will pull the toxins out of my body, or
Yeah.
anything like that. Something that I can get rid of these Kanoki foot pads.
Yeah.
with.
I want to shoot lasers out of my eyes.
Yeah, that's gonna be a little more complex. And honestly, I don't think putting a light source in the back of your eye is gonna do you a whole lot of good.
I'm just saying.
But it will
though,
be
it's
funky
like, you
for
know,
Halloween, though. You got to admit that.
Yes.
Like
I agree.
as a child, my first encounter with anything crystalline at all was kryptonite in the Christopher Reeve Superman movies. So, and then the dark crystal didn't help any. So, in my mind, crystal is always linked with some really funky, flashy magic.
Don't forget the lithium.
Kate, I don't think we're going to get any funky, flashy magic from this guy.
Came up.
Well,
Kate,
I think we
I
might
have a
get something
question.
funky.
I have a trivia question for you, Kate. Let's see how well you know your Muppets.
Oh,
Which
dear.
which came first, the Dark Crystal or the Muppet Show?
Muppet Show.
Wrong.
Wait. Well, hold on. Are you putting the Muppet Show in quotes?
Well, the Muppet Show, as the Muppet Show, as we all saw those as children. The Dark Crystal actually started. They actually started work on the Dark Crystal prior to the Muppet Show, and they had to do the Muppet Show to build the technology to make the Dark Crystal work.
Well, wait.
Which is why we didn't get Dark Crystal until the 80s.
Well, wait a minute. If you're talking about existing, I mean, I figured you meant release dates.
Yeah,
No, I was
yeah.
talking about
What we need is a citation here.
Sure.
I can get you a citation. That's easy enough.
Oh dear.
They started working on the Dark Crystal first, realized that what they had on hand was not going to work, and then came Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy.
Kermit
Gotcha.
the Frog.
Well, Kermit the Frog
Very
was from the
crystals.
60s. So.
All right. We have a Bionic Dance. You have your hand up?
Yeah. So at one point, the guy used a term that, as a sci-fi fan, I hear a lot is pure energy. What the hell is pure
Energy.
energy?
Well, you have to put it through a strainer.
I mean, seriously, it's like there are so many different kinds of energy. Which one's the pure kind? It almost sounds like racism.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, no,
Yeah, you get your raw
all you do
energy,
is
and then you have to put it into little filters and centrifuges, and then you have to rub it around for a lot of time. Then you have to set it out to dry,
Right?
and then you have to run
marinate
around
it.
several times carrying a cocktail shaker with nothing in it. You make sure nothing's in it.
Yeah.
I know this is an awfully complicated rule, but that's why it's so
Yes.
difficult to get pure energy.
Yes.
Oh,
So I mean,
dear.
it's just that term has pissed me off for a very long time, especially when you get, like some Star Trekky plot, whether it's Trek or otherwise, where some, people say, "Oh, we're going to turn ourselves into beings of pure energy," and I'm just like, what does that even mean? What would you be like as a
It'll
being
be
of pure,
sparkly.
No, you don't want to be pure.
No. We don't do Staphylococcus vampires right here.
Okay, but I mean, it just that term has always pissed me off. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it has most of us. And you know what? It's got too many calories in it anyway. You want diet energy.
That's true. That's true. Got to get up to speed here.
All right.
Dehydrated energy, that's the funky stuff because you can carry that around and even in a desert. Then all you have to do is add water.
There you
Or
go.
get the Mexican energy that uses real cane sugar instead of the high fructose corn syrup.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, your fructose energy has a certain charm, I must admit.
Hmm.
Unlimited.
Oh, RJ, you old flirt, you.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh dear.
Well, at least half of that's right.
All right.
Here's
well,
where we want Brooke.
Now, did we delay enough?
we delayed some. There has been
Okay,
some
not
delay.
nearly enough, but I guess we're gonna have to hear some more.
Yes, there has been some delay. So let us continue on.
Find out more about his shirt.
If you haven't seen one of my latest videos on fluorite, and I think I made one on aquamarine only a few weeks ago, go and take a look because they're gorgeous. Now I love them in all colours. The latest batch I did the video on was yellow fluoride. These have green, these have purple, slightly different energies which are fabulous, but they're all
She will never
amazing.
define.
The purple is more of a higher frequency that you're wanting to connect to the spirit world. The green is more of an inner peace and more, you just want to feel kind of stillness So each energy in the clarity of color is to me a great indication of how the crystal works.
Yes, Squirrel.
I'm wondering, is this guy full yet? There's enough word salad running around for an entire fracking army.
Yeah.
Yep. He thinks he means stuff, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except that there is nothing of any consequence here. The only frequency you're going to get out of a chunk of purple crystal is every frequency except visual purple.
Well,
Because
You
that
have
part-
to admit
that's
his
the part that
audience
gets-
is unlikely to be checking him on that.
I mean, it's
sorry, I
very
think I have
much
that- I have
like
that reversed.
horoscopes or tarot cards, where it's like you're really just interpreting the crystal your way.
Yeah.
There might be a guidebook somewhere that told you the general category of what you're supposed to say about this crystal or the other, but really, you're like, just sort of improving, aren't you?
Yeah, that's
I ap-
largely what
I
it is. It's
apologize.
the
I
improv
got
theater
that.
for people.
I
who wanna
apologize.
feel
Actually,
good.
I got that reversed. The only color being reflected off that chunk of crystal is purple. So it's a very small number of. It's a very small area in terms of wavelength. You're not. I don't have the foggiest idea what he thinks he's talking about.
I think his wavelength is pretty short
He keeps
himself.
using the words energy and frequency, and then I don't think they mean what he thinks they mean.
No.
It's the same way as people in the 1780s, you would use magnetism and electricity and all of that. It was the new buzzword and they thought it meant something to them, but they didn't actually understand it.
I mean,
I just wanna
like
say-
speaking as a longtime sci-fi fantasy fan, I kind of get the frequency, the vibration of a crystal. Like, on a certain level, I get it. I think it's bullshit, but I get it.
Yeah.
Well,
Actually,
okay, so
The
I just-
electric
I just
crystals
wanna-
that Chris
Hold
was
on,
talking
hold on,
about
hold on.
earlier do
Hold on,
actually
Squirrel.
vibrate.
Hold on, Squirrel. Let's let Chris
That's
go.
what they
He
use
was
for
next.
clocks.
Go ahead, Chris.
So, I just want to say you got to be careful with the tarot cards because the other day, my friends and I couldn't find a playing card deck, so we played poker with tarot cards. Two people died.
Yeah, that joke is so old it's being denied Social Security.
Yeah, but it needs
Like
to
I
be
said,
said.
it's dad joke night.
It's so old you could resurrect it.
Indeed.
Yeah. What did you do with the other court cards in the suits?
I think that's how we ended up getting 5 aces in one hand.
Not actually. There would be only 4 aces in a tarot deck of any kinds. But what would be the unusual feature is the standard Italian tarot has a 4th court card. The odd one out here actually is the queen rather than the cavalier, because Italian court cards all have all male figures, whereas only the French cards actually have a queen. I'm terribly sorry for this introduction to the brief history of playing cards, but I'm trying to stall so we don't see any more.
All right,
of this
now that RJ is done speaking witch, I wonder.
I'm wondering how much of that was improv and how much of that was actual, like, for realsies.
I'm actually curious now. How
it
much
was
of that is
improv.
true?
It was entirely real. Everything I just said is
Yeah.
actually the history of.
Factual.
Okay,
Okay,
give
that's
RJ a little moment to close the Wikipedia page.
So many
I
levels.
collect
Here's
them.
that RJ would know that,
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. No more
That's some
Well,
selling.
actually,
pretty
on the
arcane
topic of
knowledge,
the
you
actual-
have to admit.
On the topic of the actual
No
video,
more
like to
selling
some
it.
degree,
If
I
we actually
empathize with the
keep
guy
going,
because
we might be able to clear the wheel this time.
Hold on, Squirrel.
But I mean, to some degree, about the actual video, to some degree, I empathize with the guy because I also there's a part of my brain that is essentially a crow that sees a shiny rock and wants to go pick it up. I understand that, but just because it's pretty and shiny doesn't mean it's magic.
Right.
So unfortunately.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what I was getting at, where I wanted to see, like, oh, this rock has power and it's some ugly chunk of, like something really dull.
Right.
And, that would entertain me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Also, one thing that occurred to me is, like, you notice how all of his crystals seem to be mounted on like little metal things to be necklaces or something. You know, I'd love it if he went to one of his cherry pickers and said, dude, I realize you got to put this thing on the top, but you pierced right through the center of power to attach this. What the hell, dude?
Yeah.
This
I'd be
is
worried. I mean, if
useless
they're
to
they're
me.
attaching it to a metal connection, then I'd be worried about them getting electrocuted.
That's
Well,
true.
but I mean, that was like that would absolutely entertain the hell out of me for like, you know, little mounting thing to be, you know, destroyed the power of the crystal. I don't know. I'm amused by simple things.
I am totally 100% behind you on that.
Yeah.
I think we need to get a fan fiction written for something like that.
Oh,
Well, okay, if you
gosh.
like that idea, all right, hear me out on this one. You got the story of little orphan Annie, but she grows up to be Batman.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, I think from here we'll continue on.
Yeah, we'll find out more about his shirt.
Here we go. Oh, apparently not. Hold on. There we go.
Lemurian is always a special crystal to me. Struggling to get it these days, but then when I come across it, I jump at the chance, as long as it's good quality. So this is really belters, really beautiful. Lemurian is a magical crystal.
Ooh.
It really has great energy. Used by
what's the
shamans across the world, used by Native Americans, the healers. It's an amazing crystal. And I
To
don't know
do
if you
what?
ever saw on some of my early videos, I gave it away. It was a Lemurian quartz about this big, and it was attached on a beautiful wooden stick, and it was gifted to me.
For
a long time
vampire
ago.
hunting,
Anyway,
of
I
course.
gifted it to somebody else. But that did some great work. And if you like
Yeah,
Lemurian,
if we don't tell
work
us
on
what
the
it
third table
does,
with
but it
Lemurian,
did
you'll
great
find
stuff.
that it's
Yeah.
mind-blowing.
If you throw it hard enough, it will work on
And
anybody.
when they're pointers like this, they're perfect to work. So you would sort of go clockwise, anti-clockwise.
Yes.
I just want to know how one crystal does something over another crystal. Like,
How do you pick and choose, or how do they pick and choose what they do?
yeah, so I mean, let's say I want to cure my rheumatism. Which crystal do I use? And if I pick the wrong one, will I grow a third eye?
I'm sure they have
Well, there
whole
you're getting way too
guidebooks.
specific.
Like seriously, I was raised by hippies. I went into enough of these, like, you know, hippy dippy freaking what's it called with the water and stuff, homeopathic freaking remedies and stuff. Like I saw all of it, you know, and like they have whole guidebooks on what every herb does, what every rock does, you know, with its chakras and this, that, and the other
geez.
thing, and how to align them and which stones to stick on your forehead and crap. Like seriously, all of your questions can be answered. There's books. There's like multiple books for each question you just asked.
So it's like essentially a WebMD for crystals.
Well, for hippy
Okay, but
dippy
this
weirdos,
guy,
yeah.
This guy has not yet given us any indication other than, oh, this rock is this, and this rock.
And he probably won't
cool
ever.
on a post.
I mean, I can just smell the incense in his apartment.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
Or maybe
seriously?
something else.
pretty
My
much at this
parents
point
went
we've
into this
just
weird Siddha yoga stuff. The incense was everywhere.
we pretty much at this point have only gotten, ooh, this rock is pretty.
Right.
Pretty
See,
much.
some
We're
of them
not
do
gonna get
magical
anything more
things,
than
and
that.
others
Yeah.
do other magical things. See how clear that is?
I mean, I've
He's
summed up.
almost to the science, I swear.
Yeah, he's been about 4.5 minutes at this, and we've found out that he has pretty rocks.
They're pretty. They're pretty, and they do
And people
something
who
that is
cherry-
unspecified.
I
Yes.
was really hoping that he would tell me, give me a rock that I can swallow so I don't have to do prep when I go in for colonoscopy.
Right.
Exactly.
I wish I could see the comment section to see how many people are like, yeah, right on, preach, brother, and how many people are going, oh my gosh, what are you kidding me?
Yeah. I think there's probably more of the first, just because they tend to look for those videos. But
Mm.
Yeah, well, I'm most decidedly in the latter camp.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Agreed.
Is there anyone here who
Over the
isn't?
past
Is
six-
there a crystal file here somewhere? That's what I thought.
I don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't believe you'll find any, but you never know. All
Crystal
right,
file. I
well,
don't know why that sounds. Anyway, go on.
let's continue on.
Clockwise, you'll feel the way the energy goes, and then sometimes if it feels a little bit too erratic one way, you'll make the change, and you'll try and work on that energetic level. So it's kind of more.
Yes.
Are we talking about crystal healing or prostate exam?
Well,
There's
you
a
definitely
difference.
want to
Prostate
spin
exam,
one direction.
'cause he looks
then
like
the
he's old
other.
enough to need one.
The way he was
Looks like
spinning
he-
that really freaked me out.
Well, I think he was mining for nose goblins.
It looked a little diggy. You know, there was too much rooting about with that pen.
too much.
You gotta
Roto-Rooter.
spin it and wiggle it.
Well, I did take a look at
But he makes it sound like you can change the spin of a crystal's energy or something. Like, oh, I don't like the way this crystal is vibing. Let me spin it until it rotates in the other direction, and somehow that'll heal my mojo.
Yeah.
So is that
Well,
using the
given the fact
right-hand
that he can never
rule,
test
or-
it, it's easy for him to claim that.
It's a very strange thing.
So
I
this-
mean, determining
Yeah,
the
sorry.
spin, is that using the right hand rule or what?
Somehow I
Well-
doubt it's a quantum phenomenon.
Well,
Yeah.
I took a look at the video page, the original video page, and first of all, it was uploaded at the end of September of this year. But it says in the description, the first link says to register for the upcoming healing course for August 2021, and then it has a link.
Whoopsie.
So
So it's a time travel video.
oh,
Ooh, that's
he
even
also-
better.
He also put it in a comment and pinned it to
Wow.
register for the online August 2021 course.
Boy, this is almost as good as the Intelligent Design magazine that was promising to look for their next issue from September of 2006.
Oh dear. Yeah, so actually the entirety of his comments are all people that support his crystal healing bullshit.
And,
Well,
and the sort of
technical
minds that will do that are the sort of minds that will do that.
Yeah. So yeah, I just figured I'd share that little tidbit of information. But let's
Echo
see.
chamber, echo chamber.
Yeah,
echo
exactly. Well, that's what Hillel's got, but he technically has an echo chamber at this point. But all right, let us continue on then.
See if he'll do some more crystal wiggling.
Yeah.
Balance.
He's
Please don't wiggle your crystals on camera. Anyway, here we go.
Okay,
flowing.
this just okay.
Again,
this whole
it's an amazing crystal for healers, for psychics, and people who want to attune to a higher frequency when they're doing the work, the spiritual work.
Whoa,
Gorgeous.
drink.
Yes.
What the hell was that? The work. I mean, could that be more of a euphemism? What the frick is he talking about?
he doesn't know.
I wish he would explain.
It's to turn lead into pumpernickel.
Yeah. I don't think he knows exactly how to describe what he's talking about either.
But I mean, just the way he paused and his whole face bugged out, and he went, "The work," and I'm like,
Important.
yeah, I mean, that sounds like either he's saying you're assassinating people or you're selling your body.
I'm expecting quotes, air quotes.
Yeah, and that honestly creeped me out.
Yeah.
Like the guy looks harmless enough right up until he says the work.
Right.
And it's like kind of skeezy.
Yeah.
Now, you know what?
Yes.
There is it's not a profession, it's a method. It's called stereotomy. Okay. It's how you determine where to cut a gem to to get the value that you want out of it. So in other words, a quartz cut correctly is going to be more valuable than one that you just hack and slash. And so, could he be trying to skirt around stereotomy and how the crystals are cut? I don't know. I don't know where I was going with this. Sorry.
That's okay.
No, that's fine. I doubt there's any rhyme or reason the way most of these are cut anyway. It's probably ad hoc and random to make it look long and pretty. I doubt they're considering crystal faces at all.
But
they
has
cut
he come
Right? They just
has he come across any kyber crystals though? That's what I need to know.
Oh dear. All right, well, let us continue on here.
Dambarite, always a beautiful, beautiful crystal. Always gorgeous. I love working with this crystal in so many ways. Great for meditation, great for absent healing. I love wearing it when I'm doing absent healing. And just so you all know, there's going to be an absent healing taking place this Saturday at 6 o'clock Spain time, and it's going to be a 20-minute powerful absent healing for some beautiful souls who are going through terrible pain, and I'm inviting all the pure energy healers to join me on that live as well as yourselves.
So it's prayer. He's praying.
Yes.
Always,
Yeah, kind of.
always love this crystal.
Ooh.
Crystal of the sea.
Blue.
Do you know
Is
what
that
it is?
even a crystal?
Larimar. Isn't it gorgeous? It's a belt of a crystal.
Yeah, I think it's
And
like
then
a
we've
rock.
got some Silicon Valleys, which at the moment they're probably one of my best sellers. People are really enjoying the frequency of cleansing and clearing of.
Hey, there you go, Steve. I found the cleansing crystal. You just swallow that one.
Okay. I'll really prep next time I go in.
Yeah, that's the cleansing one.
If it doesn't rip a hole in your colon, it cleans out everything.
Problem solved, right?
Yeah, exactly. If you have a hole, it's going out. Oh dear. Yes, Kate.
Well, you know what I've never heard from any of these people is a warning of crystals to avoid. Like it's always, oh, this crystal is healing in this way, this crystal is energizing in that way. But they never say, oh, but avoid those because they will sap all of your energy out of you. There's never, oh, if you wear that crystal, you'll get depressed instead of happy. Like there's no bad crystals. I've never heard of a bad crystal.
You just gave me an
crystal.
idea for a comedy book, I think.
No, but I'm actually serious.
Yeah, that's
it's just
the Billy
weird
crystal.
how, like, to me, it makes it just like expose the fakeness of it so much more. Just the fact that there is this disparity of good crystals to bad. It just makes it look so much more ridiculous to me.
Oh,
The
yeah.
same reason that people who believe they're reincarnated typically think they're like Cleopatra or somebody important, not, the third slave guy to the right.
Here's the thing I don't get about reincarnation. Why does everyone assume they'll be reincarnated on Earth?
Yeah, that's true.
This planet sucks.
I'm just saying, is like, with all those gajillions of galaxies out there, there's got to be another habitable planet where you can
almost like
reincarnate
they
as
lack
something
the
else
imagination
sentient.
to think of that.
It seems so strange that everyone would assume that they were from Earth.
True.
I mean, you could be reincarnated as a potted patina plant in an orbit around a planet with a
Oh, not
giant
that
whale.
again.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I was reincarnated as from the butterfly that flapped its wings and made a hurricane in Peking.
Oh. Peking duck.
I think
Well,
I was that butterfly
thinking-
in a former life.
I was thinking if you got reincarnated as a fly, would it matter? I mean, how would you know?
Yeah.
2 weeks later, you're dead anyway. So
Oh dear.
Recycle.
Yeah.
If there is another viable planet that we could get to, I want to be there,
Yeah.
not here.
Exactly.
It'd be nice. I wouldn't mind leaving.
Yeah, no, I agree. But well, let's continue on and see what
Yeah,
else.
I'm sure he'll
he's
get
still
to the
got-
science part.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's still got time for some science. So
Yep.
here we go.
radiation and negative energy that emits from the computer and 5G and all of that. Always love smoky quartz. I can't help but always want smoky quartz, especially
This is
in
just
this
a
quality.
commercial for his
Fabulous.
crystal store.
Probably.
Pieces that I picked up and mounted and I absolutely love. I just managed to get one piece. I normally have quite a lot of it, but I only managed to get one piece of K2.
Ooh, more
Love K2.
rocks
It's
rather
an
than
incredible
crystals.
crystal for flow. Just puts you back on the path, balance. It's just great. Really is a beautiful crystal. Love wearing it, and gorgeous. And then I mounted some smaller pieces of Libyan desert.
Isn't that
Now, I'm
cute,
fairly
little
new to
precious
Libyan
little
desert,
crystal?
and, but the more I work with it, the more I use it, the more I'm actually starting to love this crystal more and more each month that goes by. A very powerful crystal, a unique crystal in its own right. A lot of people have great understanding of this crystal, far more than me, so I don't really talk about it as if I know, because I don't. But I
Could
do
you
speak a
share
little
their
bit about
names
how
with
it's
us?
helped me and how it's made me stronger in so many ways. So I really love the crystal, and if I ever see it now, I'm kind of like, okay, I'll have some more. So yeah, I mean, it's not a lot, but this is what will go up on my website in the next few hours. But they are gorgeous, and I
just a
love
commercial.
working with them. And
Yeah.
I feel
So
honored.
he loves
to
them
work
so
with
much, but he's
this
going to
group
sell
of
them.
Beautiful crystals, no more than 20 on here.
Frank,
Gorgeous.
Yes, Squirrel.
all of this bullshit, a mountain of word salad, and it's a fucking sales pitch.
So here's a question. I got to ask this. If there's like a certain crystal that's supposed to give you a lot of energy, suppose you wore like 14 or 15 of them. I mean, can you OD on crystal energy?
Yes, you must
Yeah,
be.
yeah, I want to know that. Is there a threshold limit where you suddenly form a black hole and disappear from the universe?
Or maybe you just
Only
get
hope.
some serious tachycardia. But I mean, the point is, it seems to me that if this crystal, if some is going to energize you, more ought to energize you more.
You would think,
Yeah,
Yeah, that poor person,
You know.
the cause of death was too many crystals.
right.
one glass of water is good for you, but trying to keep down 2 gallons is going to kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Oh dear. Chris
I'm
Keller.
just
But
saying,
since
though,
the
it's
energy
like-
is undefined, he never has to worry about that little problem.
Right.
Let's go over to Chris, who's got the hand up.
Well, I mean, we kind of went over this already, but I mean, it just occurred to me that when he was showing his display case of loosely mounted crystals there that would slide around, are they interacting with each other? So one
They have little
energy
babies?
crosses another energy, then you get the bad energy that Kate was worried about. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saying don't cross the streams?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yes.
much. Well, I'm expecting when you have all those crystals like together like that, and they're different frequencies and things. I'm expecting to see like what happens with magnets, like they push each other apart, or some attract each other. But these all
Or
just
maybe like sparks jumping back and forth between.
That would be a show.
But like we just have gravity here.
Yeah, that's about. He's only dealing with the weakest force. We're not dealing with any, the strong or the
Yeah.
electro weak or anything like that. So, I feel gypped.
Exactly.
And gravity sucks.
It does.
That's
It always
older.
brings me down.
But it's ever
Yeah,
present.
gravity's such a downer.
Right. Yeah.
Oh dear. Well, yeah, that about wraps up his lovely video here. And the worst part
Wow,
is
we got so much information out of that.
Well,
We
and
know that they do energy and they do some magic and they're really pretty. And if he lets go of them, they drop.
yeah,
Well, we know that he really likes them. He loves their energy. It's really good energy.
yeah.
We know that about these
we got
crystals.
that
is they
pinned
have
down.
really good energy.
And apparently, it helps you do
And he has,
work. Wink.
Yeah. The work.
yeah, and
Important work.
and he has expert cherry pickers for them.
Yes,
so.
yes, expert cherry
Yeah.
pickers. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
and
not your amateur cherry pickers. You know, we got professionals here. They went to Dunning-Kruger Community College and they majored
Yeah.
in cherry picking.
exactly.
Right.
Oh dear. Well, I think, with all the issues that we've been having here, I think we will go ahead and wrap it up after that lovely display of crystals.
Energy.
But
Oh,
I had fun tonight.
Oh.
Thank you.
And it's good to see you again that you're hanging in there, kid.
Yeah, still working on it. Yeah, work has been extremely hectic. I've gotten it's go ahead, Steve.
Oh no, it's okay. I wanted to ask you. I'll message you about it later.
Okay.
Don't.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Work has been just extremely hectic, so I apologize that we had a little bit of a hiatus. New position, new hours, and things like that, and it's all taken its toll on my health there. So I'm working on it. But if there's hiatuses, that would be why. But I will try to at least post on the community channel if we do intend to have a slight break that week, just because of health reasons. But otherwise, we'll try to get back to our normal schedule here. We also have, does the panel have anything that they'd like to shill out?
Not at the moment, but I am now on page 41 of a 43-page script. I'm so close to releasing my animation. I'm very excited.
Yay! Well, we look forward to hearing when that gets released.
Excellent.
We do actually. I'm going to be doing I'm going to be doing a horror game live stream on Monday, starting about 11 o'clock Pacific. You guys can all come check it out. It's the last day of October. We've been doing horror games all month, with a few small exceptions. I've got a selection for one of my patrons that we're going to do, and then it's going to be wall-to-wall horror games for the next about 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. Depends on when we get tired of it.
Awesome, very good. And
you are all welcome. If you are all welcome to drop by and help us with the start, just let me know. Just let me know if you're available and when. on Discord, and I'll even drag you in for it for a while.
all right, awesome. And RJ,
I hope to see some of you there.
RJ, I heard you had something of a little book there.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, show us.
Since it is the holiday gift giving time, here are now the volume 1 and the volume 2 of the Paralogs of Phileas Fogg, mystery, science fiction, What's in the Box in Chicago. Number 3 is on the way. I'm working on that as well.
Awesome.
Which book has the Sleeping Giant in it?
Neither one of them. Although there will be some, not giants, but some curious things coming up in the 1890s down the road in like book 7 or 8 that will be very disturbing. And then, of course, there's the mystery of the Obsidian Room that's coming up in like book 6.
That's a bad books. Crystal there. Bad obsidian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gives off that bad energy.
Well, don't you need obsidian to make a portal to the Netherverse?
Yes, in Minecraft.
I don't know about that, but they recently discovered that the
You
obsidian that was being
Netherverse
found
off camera.
about like 6,000 BC in southern Mesopotamia actually came from up in the highlands up in Anatolia with the Zagros people, which is approximately 500 years before the creation of the earth, according to the creationists, so.
Interesting.
Why is Potamia incapable of
Enter the
being meat?
first.
So it was a big old Mesopotamia.
It was all, well, if you lived on the Tigris Euphrates with all that flooding, you'd be a mess too.
Hmm.
All right. Did anybody else have anything they'd like to shill out this evening?
No. I'm just working on my Greenland video, my Greenland Iceland video, but that's probably going to take another year anyway for me to get that out. So
I look forward to that.
Thanks.
It looks like it was a beautiful trip, so I'm definitely excited to see more.
You don't realize how overpopulated the world is until you go to a place like Greenland. I hear people saying they live in remote places in the US, and it's like, no, you don't. You don't. I don't care if your nearest neighbor is 50 miles from you, you're not as isolated as you think you are.
Wow.
And so beautiful up there. Iceland's crowded.
Yeah.
Iceland is a lot of people. And did you know that volcano that was erupting? I just want to say
Yeah.
this. I'll show. So we go there, and I actually know somebody who's a professor. She's from Finland, but she's a professor at the University of Reykjavik, and her girlfriend is also a professor there, and they are volcanologists, and they were studying this thing. So we're all like, "Oh, we're going to hike up to the volcano." It was a hard hike. We did it, and the thing stopped erupting the day before.
No,
Damn.
you knew you were
Yep.
coming. It's the tease.
It's like the end of vacation when they get to Wally World and it's closed.
Yeah.
Exactly. I felt exactly like Chevy Chase.
Are you telling me you couldn't even sacrifice a virgin into one of those?
Unfortunately, it was already solidified.
Damn. I'll get him next time, champ.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh dear.
They were probably out of virgins anyway.
Yeah. I think there were 2 minutes around.
Yeah. Oh dear. All right. Well, then I guess with that, everybody, we will end it here for the evening. So, say goodnight, panel.
Good night, panel.
Well,
Good night, panel. And good night, everybody in the live chat. Bye.